This year for the new year, my family held a family meeting and we did a vision ceremony. And it was really interesting. It was a great family bonding moment. So I figured I would take just a minute to share it with you. So the first thing that we did is we wrote down on a piece of paper, on the little edge of a paper, things we did not like about last year. We ripped them off and crumpled them up and we threw them into the fire. We had made a special fire. We put Palo Santo in there. I put my sage from last year in there, and we put some herbs from our garden in there just to make it special. So note by note, we ripped them off, crumpled them up, and threw them in the fire, and everybody had to keep going until their paper was totally gone. And you could share or not share, and it was actually really insightful to see what my family members, what their biggest struggles were last year. So once we burned last year down to the ground, we turned the page and we started writing what we really loved about 2022. And so we went through our phones and we talked about all of the different experiences we had. We went picture by picture. Oh yeah, we did this. Oh yeah, we did that hike. And every single thing that we enjoyed, we wrote down on our new piece of paper. And I was overwhelmed. By the time we made it through the year, my paper was full. My regrets from last year are purely superficial. I didn't reach some of my goals. Okay, that's nothing new. But my joys from last year were overwhelming. And to see that written on paper and to go back through those experiences with my husband and my kids, and we talked about the funny times. Remember, we had that quesadilla on the Appalachian Trail, and we talked about all of these wonderful experiences that we had. And so then the next step was we talked about 2023, and we went through a series of inquiry, a series of questions. What would you like to learn this year? Where would you like to travel? Where would you like to explore this year? And even some like financial goals or career goals, education goals like that. And as we went through, we kind of talked about it. And I was really surprised to hear some of the things that my family members said that they'd really like to accomplish this year. I wouldn't have known that otherwise. I wouldn't have known where to steer the ship unless we had this vision ceremony and we all got really clear on what's really important to us moving forward. We spent probably about 2.5, 3 hours out by the fire going through this process. And it was such a strong bonding moment that I decided to kind of package it up and put it together. So you can find it, the exact sheets that we used and prompts that we used, the whole package together in my information if you're interested in that. It was a wonderful way to set aside some of the disappointments, be grateful for all of the blessings, and together as a family unit, move forward in the direction that's really important to us. So I highly recommend that you take 3 hours sitting by the fire with your family, or even just like a couple minutes in personal reflection to get clear about what you really want for 2023.